what's up, everybody? Welcome to the recap show. Thank you to everybody that's right here right now, man. Everyone's staying late with us as real traders stay late. Not real traders, traders stay late. I keep thinking real trading.
Yeah.
It's just traders stay late. It's just
yeah.
traders with ridiculous hats stay late. All right, so we just had AMAT. I mean, what a day we had today. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a wild day. From meme stocks to Alibaba to Apple off the open. To every single thing that we touched today seemed to be pretty good, man. AMC, GameStop was great, even into the close. FXI up another 2.93% as Chinese names rock and roll today. Great guest. We had a great guest with Frank on today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and a big shout out to every single person that's with us right now. Look at AMAT, Adara. AMAT trying to go back up right now. What was a bad, I mean, when I heard Neil saying AMAT was downside, it was down to 206. Now basically flat here for Applied Materials. That move making that one into the downside now for AMAT. So I'm going to open up the doc here and find out what was expected. But do you have what those numbers were?
I do have those numbers, and they're not bad. We did get here adjusted earnings per share $2.09 versus the estimate of $1.99. That's going to be a beat. We also had here sales for the quarter, $6.646 billion versus $6.53 billion expected. That's also going to be a beat. So everything I'm seeing, they beat. Q2 adjusted net income as well, 1.744 billion versus 1.66 billion expected. So yeah, they also forecast above expected here. So there's not really anything I'm seeing that would be a big cause for them to move to the downside right now anyway. Beat on forecast apparently, and they definitely beat on numbers.
Good, great. The one that I'm expecting to be a nice little mover, thank you, Adair, for that one, is out right now, soon. Anyways, 25 comes, I'm going to take this hat off. We have coming out, we'll just keep it right here. We have Take Two. I'm excited for Take Two for a couple of reasons. Why? Because we have Grand Theft Auto. So when Grand Theft Auto hits, I'm excited for Take Two. Let's see if their numbers or anything. I actually want to, get this out of my ear. I actually want to buy weakness in Take Two. So any sort of a move down, that would have been a good spot down there at 140. Let's find out for Take Two. Expected EPS 0.09 on revenue of 1.3 billion. Its expected move is 7%. So
we got the numbers.
We did get the numbers. Okay, so let's just see what's happening here on the quick move. We might get that dream to buy Take Two, Fabian, down here in and around. Bless you. Down here, hey, down here at 126 and going lower right now for Take Two, Adara, actually going a lot lower. I should put some bids down here. I don't mind those prices. Down into 126. What exactly is happening right now to Take Two, Adara?
Well, here's the thing. This forecast these quarterly net bookings, not great. Not the forecast, the actual net bookings we got. So 3% decrease here to 1.35 billion. In terms of the numbers that we got themselves, Q4 revenue, slight beat, 1.4 bill versus 1.3 bill expected. So that's a little bit of a beat here. But that basically, from what I can tell here, that decrease in net bookings by 3%, not necessarily being taken too well here by the market. Seeing what other numbers we get here. Yeah, they're forecasting Q1 total net revenue 1.3 bill to 1.35 bill. Forecasting net loss per share 158 to 143. So these are kind of the numbers we're getting. Not seeing comparisons in for the guidance there, but that decrease in net bookings is the main negative thing I'm seeing right now.
Thank you, Darren. Right here, you got that right, Diggle Boy. The after party is happening. This is our show. You know, we do what we want when we want to. Mm-hmm. As long as they agree, like Fabian and Ramin, so they agree, so okay. Right there, shout out to everybody who's here right now. We will do roll call at the end of the day as well. We'll just right now, sector recap. Let's get going with that. We'll just check in one more time. Ooh, my net is loading up. NVIDIA right now, 942 price. All right, just real quick. Let's just check out Take Two. So Take Two, good number, bad number, good report from Adara. Look at that drop down to 122, as if. I would love that price. Oh man, we want to buy dips on Take Two Interactive, moving 20+% here in after hours. Like you went from 146 down $23 down there, now all the way back to 139. Buy some dips, I think, in Take Two. And then of course, Applied Materials, kind of snoozing right now, downside on AMAT, but it's had a nice run and at all-time highs. So AMAT, little exhaustion right now. I think you could buy all the strength in AMAT as well. there. So we're looking to buy some AMAT if it gets a little weaker than where we are right now, but not the greatest report coming through for AMAT. All right, in what was a little bit of a strange day now that I look at all this, we had a lot of negativity. Like, I didn't realize there was just this many sectors that were up. I mean, FXI, we keep talking about this. We've gone over and over and over. Hey, Danielle, I see you waiting. Look at this hat that I got on. This is my Good Luck Blue Jay hat. We went 11-1 today. You just bought this at lunchtime. You know, not bad. Get this hat off me. All right, there it is right now. All right, thanks, Adara, for the clapping. Cover up the not much hair that I have. All right, 29 and change. I mean, look at FXI. I mean, it's a beautiful move there off of the 50 period, off of the 200. That's the 200 there, that's the 50. These might be the wrong way around, but right now we'll find out. Actually, I'm going to check that out right now. Let me just go into this here and see what do we have. Yeah, the 50 and the 200. Okay, so the 50 was below the 200. All right. Oh. So a nice little aggressive move there. Back in now upside for FXI, led the way by Alibaba. Alibaba was awesome today. It just started breaking up. We did get a great report from them. Remember the $25 billion buyback that's in this name, that is Alibaba. And then today we get a report from Citron where they're going long on Alibaba. So you know what we did here as a day trade on Alibaba? Oh, geez. This was one of my favorite trades of the day. Alibaba's been on my mind for a very, very long time. So let me just move this over. When that Citron report came out, we were already up $2 or $3 on the day. We were waiting for VWAP, waiting for some kind of pullback. As you see, that doesn't happen. The report comes out, we punch long at 84 Adara, and then managed to find a dip down opportunity there at 83.65, and then boom, boom. Our best out on the last 20% or so is 86.50 Adara.
That's amazing. That is like almost a $3 winner. That is fantastic. Shout out to Shawn.
Not almost.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. That's okay. No worries. No worries. We'll take the shout out. We like that. Right there. That was a good trade there for Alibaba. So back over to what we're talking about now, and that is these sectors. So we do have Danielle Shay in the wing. She'll be coming out in just a couple of minutes. TAN right there. Nice downside move for TAN today. The solar sector. I don't know. If rates are going to remain where they are, then obviously that's not great for solar. But we already know that, especially with some of these readings that we've had over the last, although jobless claims today a little bit higher than expected, 222 versus 219, market kind of shrugs that off. We were just at all-time highs on NASDAQ yesterday, on S&P, well, we opened up there today, S&P, NASDAQ, and the diamonds, the Dow Jones 30, all at all-time highs this morning. So a little bit of a pullback to be expected. What did we wind up down on the ES? Basically quarter of a point today down on the ES. There it is, a little bit of a move down. I would say by weakness, especially into the 50 period. I definitely like that. Adara, let's just go over a quick couple stocks here.
Let's do it.
And talk about what happened throughout the day here again today. So the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ followed their all-time highs. We just talked about that Wednesday with a flat day of trading. Despite there be a couple different moves throughout the day with different Fed speakers. Fed's Mester came through, so we saw that happen. Fed's Barkin, Barr, Harker, and Bostic all ran out throughout the day.
Oh, yeah.
They cannot get enough press. You know, I like... We had that yesterday. Remember we had that Muppets, and there was those guys in the, I still can't remember their name.
Statler and Waldorf. Statler and Waldorf, the old Muppet Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Statler and Waldorf.
And they sit there on the operas or in the,
yeah, and they're like,
and they sort of like heckle and do stuff like that.
I love
so
them.
that's kind of what I think all these Fed talking heads are like right there. But okay, consumer staples. Let's just go back over to the chart quickly. Consumer staples significantly outperformed its peers due to, where is it? Where's Walmart? There's Walmart right there. What's up to Walmart? What's up to a Danielle Shay favorite of Costco as well? That's a nice move there, of 0.77. Costco. We had all-time highs on Costco. You got to buy those dips as well. Oh, I know what I'm going to talk to Danielle about. Maybe it's my time to get into some Deere.
Oh.
Some DE, because today, you watch this. Deere's probably all the way back up. This always happens to me. I told Danielle on the show last time, I was like, you know what, I really want to buy some Deere next time it comes into 350. And you know what, how low it got? It got to 353, so that was a nice story.
Oh.
And we didn't get long, needless to say. But John Deere, is it still? No, it's Deere and Company. I keep saying John Deere. Let me put an anchored VWAP on this
I
bottom.
always feel like it is John Deere. I always feel like I'm saying John Deere maybe.
Yeah, I
Not
feel like
Deere.
you're right on that one. The anchor VWAP right there, 388, 389, 390. So I think we're getting into a level where we could also buy Deere, but I'm going to ask Danielle Danielle about that one. And then really what else led the way? I mean, a Home Depot, we talked about this potentially to the downside. This might have been with Danielle last week. We talked about Walmart versus Home Depot. Could have been with someone else, but Home Depot not in the right frame of mind, down 1.7% here today as well, off earnings May 14th. So Home Depot's already reported, trying to get going and looking to bounce off the 200 period moving average. So again, pretty good. I don't know if we've had any more earnings come through, nothing of significance.
No.
The big ones that we were looking at, of course, was AMAT today. So let's just check in on the temperature there. AMAT down 2.58%. But again, what we've learned is if we don't move outside of the expectation, then we may not get the huge explosion one way or the other the very next day. AMAT today, expected move 5.2%. So options giving us that move, and right now only down 2%, 2.8%. So that's something else. And then Take Two. This is the name that honestly, even when we're done this, I might just go into the account. Like that 122, look at this on the daily. Give me those numbers again in 1 second, and then I'm going to go to Danielle. Why did this drop into basically last March? So a year ago, I mean, last May, a year ago, numbers, Take Two. We know about Grand Theft Auto. I know you were saying net bookings. Is that what it is?
I think I found something else.
Okay, give it to me, Adele.
Yeah, and it has to do with Grand Theft Auto.
Are they delaying the release?
Well, no, they said that their outlook reflects, quote, the narrowing of Rockstar Games' window of calendar 2025 to the fall of calendar 2025 for Grand Theft Auto 6. So basically saying that now they're seeing, Rockstar Games is seeing Grand Theft Auto come out later in 2025. That's why they had apparently a narrowing there in their outlook.
I mean, that does not deserve that 15 or 18% drop, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we're just reading what they said. Yeah.
My humbled opinion.
Your humbled opinion.
Yeah, something like that. All right, when we are ready, and are we ready? Then it's time for Trader Talk. All right, it's Miss Danielle Shay. Thank you so much for joining us one more time here on the Market Recap. How was your day?
It was great. How was yours?
It was pretty good. You know, we had a pretty decent day. We traded a little bit of AMC today. We traded a little bit of GameStop. We traded a little bit of everything today, and it was a really, really good one. We didn't trade any marijuana names. They started going at the end of the day. Not too many sectors up today. We had China up. You have any plays on right now in the Chinese space, Alibaba, anything like that?
Well, I'm happy to look at Alibaba with you. I don't have any trades on, but I remember you were talking about this one last week, or was it Neil? I think it was Neil. He was asking me about this chart because he said he wanted to buy it on a potential earnings breakout.
Yeah, we had bought, so he did get some, I think around $80 or so. We've been buying Alibaba, Danielle, from that bottom in and around 70, just noticing some support down there and really just taking a shot on the broader market of China. And I mean, I look at Alibaba's numbers and when I see buybacks, you were live on the show with me when Apple dropped that buyback of $110 billion. Alibaba's $25 billion. Like, we talk about Apple, how big that was. Alibaba just chilling out with 25 and kind of going under the radar. So I like the business there. We love Amazon around here. We love sort of that Internet of Things that's happening. They're big into this, into data as well in cloud. I like Alibaba. So from a position that you're standing over there or sitting like me, what does Alibaba look like now? I think we're off to the races, even potentially seeing $100 soon.
I like it. You know, whenever you see a chart like this make a reversal after an earnings report, and especially when you can see it break out above critical resistance zones. I mean, we've broken through the 50 simple, the 100 simple. And I mean, the main zone that I wanted to see it above was the 200 simple, which is this pink line on my chart right here. So when it broke 79.5, there you go. You have it. You know, you're up on high volume. It's up 7%. So anytime you see a breakout above that zone, you just want to look a little bit further back on the chart and see where you have those critical resistance areas. And typically every time you can get through a resistance zone, it'll generally get another, boost of volume. So this would be the next area of resistance that I'd be looking for a breakout. It'd just be above about 86.5, let's call it 87. But at that point, I mean, as you mentioned, you could target up into the next resistance zone at 95 and then up into 100, as long as, of course, the momentum keeps going. But right here looks great.
I mean, what Alibaba does have is a great love language, that of volatility.
That's right. You like my new shirt?
I do. I really like that. People in the chat like that as well. So we'll talk about where they can find that. Go find Trader Danielle all over the place. We'll get to that in just a minute. You know what name was really, really good? And you and I talked about this for sure. Disney. Give you a second to go call that up. Disney's got beat up. I don't know. I mean, they said no to Nelson Peltz, and then the stock said no to any bulls. And it just went all the way back down. We were really, really good about this, Danielle, because we're able to get out on the way up. We really bought this thing sort of the same way as Alibaba. Just liked the company, thought it was too depressed down here. We got into $80. I mean, that was COVID lows when literally everything was shut down. I mean, you know, we're now open. They're talking about Disney Plus becoming profitable in hopefully late Q3, maybe Q4. Bob Iger talking all about that. The problem with Disney now, though, of course, is not just their subscription model, I think it could work, is content. It's becoming so expensive to renew. We just saw Netflix today, Danielle, talking about NFL games. They already have that boxing fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Everybody now getting very excited about content. Disney getting pulled back in here. I think it looks broken. Earnings hadn't helped. We were all the way up here at 115, now straight down from there. I don't know, man. All gaps get filled. It looks like that's happening to Disney. What are you seeing on this, and is there any potential options plays in and around Disney with earnings in the rearview mirror?
Well, first of all, I agree with everything you said. I mean, Disney did have a reversal down here at these lows, down around 85, but at this point, it's definitely broken. That's why you really have to be careful about these counter trend longs, because you want to focus on all of the critical resistance zones as it goes higher. And then if it starts to lose momentum, that's the point where you just got to get out. I mean, for me, on a daily chart, when a ticker breaks through the 50 simple, that's generally the spot I can start shorting it. In this case, that's going to be this yellow line. And so, I mean, you can see after it got through that 50 simple, I mean, it wasn't able to recover and get back above it. You had this one day that was a fake out, but other than that, every time it hit that zone, it continued lower. And then what you eventually see is another breakdown and another spot to short it at the 100 simple. So at this point, I think the next downside target is going to be the 200 simple, which I have at about 96.45.
Yep, same thing. Don't like when we get pulled back into the 200, but thanks for the analysis. I'm sort of feeling the same way right there about Disney. Miss Adara has a question.
I do. Hi, Danielle. Thank you so much for being here. I actually was wondering your thoughts on NVIDIA heading into earnings next week. If there's anything you're kind of looking at, any particular levels you like, especially with this pop very close to all-time highs that we got over the last few days.
Oh, definitely. So I love NVIDIA. And I mean, we've been talking about this one for a bit. I think we talked about it with you guys last week, but the first target that I had on this was 950. That was my major key psychological value line in the sand. We did actually come up and hit that. We surpassed it a little bit today. So at this point, I kind of look at it and say, all right, we've met the quote unquote easy target, which would be the resistance zone. The reason why it's the easy target is because the stock has been there before, right? So once you've hit that zone, I tend to be a little bit more conservative because yes, I do think that 975 and then 1,000 are the next upper price targets, but you just need to be a little bit careful once it already makes this big move. So we're getting pretty close to the earnings report at this point. You know, you have that earnings report next Thursday. And once you start to see it lose momentum, that's when you see people taking profits. So I wouldn't get into this one at this point, but if you're already in and you want to stay in, you just need to be careful when it starts losing momentum. And if it doesn't, then next target, 975 and then 1,000.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think that certainly getting into that 975 and 1,000 could be a really interesting look as well. Thank you for going over that. I'm sure a lot of people excited for that one heading into the earnings.
Yeah, Danielle, what do you think about my hat, by the way?
I love your hat. I think
you.
it's amazing.
Perfect, thank you. All right, so thank you for that. Look, Danielle, I just asked I know you're in the chat quite often, so I just put in there that we may do a little Q&A. So stay tuned. We'll get some questions in the chat, and I might fire them at you. Cool with that?
Of course.
Okay, good. Loaded question. I kind of knew what your answer would be.
We already have some actually.
Yeah, I'm not ready for those
Okay,
yet.
never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One stock I want to talk to you about was Microsoft. Okay,
Okay.
so you and I talked about this. I feel like we missed it because we were very bullish sort of about the earnings report. We did fall into it. We did hit this level back down into 390. I guess got hit down there. I didn't think there was too many problems with that report. Didn't really come into too much major support. I mean, maybe if anything, 370 could have been something that we were targeting to get long. I did not buy this dip right now, but as Microsoft goes back up into all-time highs again, I think this is one of the best looking stocks because we haven't hit those highs and there wasn't really anything wrong with that report. I have a feeling you agree with me here again, but potentially not, and it's okay not to. I like Microsoft going long here into what I think is going to be a good summer for some of these tech names.
I completely agree with you. And I'll point out that Microsoft seasonality is typically really strong, especially as you get into the end of June and into July, running into the July earnings season. It's one of my favorite trades that I do every year. And this dip on this stock, it was crazy. It broke down below the 50 simple, the setup I was just talking about. And typically you can short stuff when it breaks that 50 simple and returns to it. But in this case, when it returned to the 50 simple the second time and it broke through there, I mean, that was the shift in trend. That was the buy. And once you were able to hover around that zone and continue higher, I mean, at this point, the trade is definitely to the previous all-time high at 430. And then after that, I'm looking for 440.
Okay, good. I mean, I knew you liked Microsoft. The first question coming from Bears vs. Bulls, who's our moderator. And this is a good one, Danielle. So get ready. Please ask Danielle about her merch. So if you have that all locked and loaded, I mean, we can talk about that real quickly. Are you up and selling any of that yet? I know you were in the process of getting that all going, but you've really, impressed a lot of our viewers here with some of those sweaters and t-shirts you've been wearing.
Oh, thank you. I'm not selling anything yet, but right now I'm just in the phase where I'm making designs, I'm printing designs, I'm testing out designs, I'm trying to see what I like, what kind of, if I should make black t-shirts or white t-shirts or sweatshirts or zip-ups or all that kind of stuff. So I'm having some fun with it right now.
All right. Well,
and I'm working on the testing phase, but I'll definitely, post something when it becomes more ready for everyone else.
Perfect.
What do you guys think about this one?
I really like, anything with a bull. I mean, we're always pretty bullish around here. So I really like all of them, Danielle, I mean, for a very low sponsorship price, I mean, I can wear it on the show, and that would be just send me one, and we'll do that. So we'll get that going as well. Danielle Shay, I still got to get you that Trader TV Live hoodie. We have some of those for sale. You can get our merch as well. All right, let's go over now to Adara, who has a couple questions for you, Miss Danielle Shay.
Hi, this one's from Comp SRX in the chat, wanting to know your thoughts on the Lulu stock. This one definitely has been a bit of more of a beat-up retail name. So do you have any thoughts on Lulu right now?
Oh, sure. Let me check it out. Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, so Lululemon right now getting hit off Nike, Walmart with a good report today, but Lulu definitely downside there, Danielle.
Nobody's buying any more expensive stretchy pants?
I kind of am, but yeah.
So looking at this chart, this is what I would call an earnings destruction setup. So you previously had a ticker that was really strong. Everybody is like, oh, the nice stretchy pants, we got to get those. And it was on fire. But then what happened was you had two earnings reports in a row where the stock ended up gapping down and losing momentum. This one was particularly destructive because you had an initial gap down, it rallied, but then it had this nasty reversal at the 50 simple. You had another break at the 50 simple, but this one's really the kicker here. So do you see how last quarter it gapped down 13% and it gapped below the 200 simple, and it's been trading lower pretty much all quarter? Typically, when I have a ticker like that and it's going into the next earnings report, I'll generally try to short it before the report for the 2 to 3 weeks prior. So I'm a little bit late on that just because the timing that I get in usually as a swing trader would be right around here. But it has a squeeze, which means that there's that consolidation building up that could easily break out. And what typically happens with this kind of stock is people are nervous, right? Especially if they've been holding it since all the way up in here. I mean, this was previously a really hot stock and it's at a major reversal. So a lot of the time investors will try to bail before an earnings report because they're nervous that a 13% or worse drop can happen again. So it can generally give you a pretty good swing trade before the report. Now, that's not to say the report will be terrible. Because, you know, if you look at the last report, they did beat their EPS estimates. But generally for me, that's a good pre-earnings trade that I can use.
Thank you so much for going over that. Appreciate the whole thought process behind it as well. Now, these next two names have been very heavily asked for in the chat. So Shawn and I want to know, if you had to choose one of these mega cap names for a swing trade, Meta or Amazon, which one would you be looking at?
Oh, let me see. So, you know, I just posted a video on my YouTube channel about Amazon. I was trading Amazon and I actually got out right near this high. So, I mean, that one I had kind of already gotten in and gotten out. The reason why I was trading that one is because I like these breakouts above the 50 simple. So I got into this one when it had this consolidation, it had the squeeze, and I traded this move. At this point, I feel like it's already, you know, the move already lost momentum and it's already pulled back. I will definitely watch this stock and I will wait for it to consolidate again and build up some energy and trade it later on because it is one of the best stocks out there right now. But I don't think I can take an entry on it right now. If you look at Meta, this one, it's interesting to me because it's getting close to that 50 simple breakout zone. And so like we talked about with Microsoft and some of these others, it just has to trade a little bit higher, up above 487. If it could get up above that zone and we could see a 50 simple breakout and trend reversal, I would love to trade that. Now, conversely, if you don't get that and you stay below this level, you get up here and you start rolling over, like we could short it. That's really the main line in the sand for me. You know, I'll take trades off of the 50 simple, whether it's a trend reversal breakout or a continuation to the downside. We just don't have the answer which one it's going to be just yet. But I think Meta is setting up better for a trade right here.
Oh, Miss Danielle Shay, you took us all the way into 4:30, so much appreciated for that. All right, you talked about dropping some videos on your YouTube. And by the way, I just got to give a big shout out to Bears vs. Bulls. Come over to my screen. Our moderator right now, Danielle, is literally dropping in all of your links right into our chat. So let's go over where we can find you. I'm assuming on YouTube, at Trader Danielle. Show me something, maybe one of the last videos you worked on, what you got in the pipeline. What do you want to tell our viewers? Over 2,700 of them.
Oh, definitely. Well, check it out. You can find me, Trader Danielle, on YouTube. The most recent videos that I've posted are right here in my trader view segment. I talked about this 300% winner that I took on earnings. I was trading app. And, you know, I actually have filmed 2 unboxing videos with all of the merch that I've gotten recently, and I'm going to be posting those soon. So you can see a preview of everything that I haven't shown you yet.
Have you ever seen Ryan's Toys or Ryan's World or something like that? I used to watch that with my kid. There's like, it was unboxing like these, I don't know what it was, these little safes or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, Danielle?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, and it's apparently a thing. My younger brothers told me about it, and I thought, you know, I'm opening up the merch. I got to do a preview, so I'm just going to make an unboxing video. It's a little bit silly, but hey, why not?
That's Trader Danielle Shay. Thank you so much. Go find her on X and on YouTube. Once again, killing it. Stay in the chat if you are for a couple minutes, maybe. I don't know. Traders are there now. So thank you for staying late with us, Ms. Danielle Shay, and have a great week and a great weekend. And then we have a long weekend next weekend. Here in Canada, it is this weekend, though. So thank you, Ms. Danielle Shay. Ciao. That's Trader
Bye.
Talk. All right, I got to scram. I mean, I got. Thank you for all the questions. I mean, I would have loved to have gone over more and more of them. I mean, we honestly get so many questions for Ms. Danielle Shay. You wrote on their AMC trade breakdown, so we can do that right now if you want to do that.
I was trying to think of trade reviews, and I know you were in that AMC,
sure.
so yeah, for sure.
All right, let's do some AMC there. All right, so we wrote down here earlier on in the morning, right? We wrote down that we liked it First of all, we have some pretty nice tweets to go today, including all these wiped out stocks from the pandemic. I don't think we'll get a chance to look at them, but maybe tomorrow. Look, today on the sticky note, we wrote down AMC 460 bottom, go long, right? And so, unfortunately, the only trade that we had, though, today was a short right there on AMC when we heard that bear cave report. So that bear cave report came out right there about 10:30, and we went short. But the thing to note is, we wrote down, what level was it, Adara?
You wrote down 465.
Yeah, 460. The bottom of the day, 458. So I feel like, although that was a good look, that was the long right there. We could have taken the long, but instead we took the short. Plus we took the short at the end of the day there as well. So AMC, a pretty good day, although not super volatile today. I still like to trade it. Don't like to always go short necessarily, but the long was probably the better trade down there at 460. So we'll look to do that again tomorrow. 460 there for AMC. And then GME, we had a really good trade today, was the long. And we printed on that early, and then it kind of just really went to sleep as well there as we bought some 32s, which we wrote down on the sticky note as well. That got us all the way up to 34 before losing 32 and then getting out and leaving it all day. But it ends on the lows, down 31%. Look, it's time to go, but we're going to do roll call. Do I think GME, I mean, that's a good question here, Robbie V. Do I think GME can hold $27 tomorrow? No. I mean, can it? Yes, but I mean, just how weak it's been over the last little while, I still think there's some more downside pressure until we get a catalyst to go upside. So thank you so much to No Direction. That's still sitting here. $100 super chat. That meant a lot to us right there in Traders Day Late. I hope you're here with us right now as well. To Mr. No Direction. Shout out right here to Ian Rispetto. You can ask, I forgot to ask her about Deer, but maybe she's in the chat right now. Just go message her at Trader Danielle on X. She'll get back to you for sure. Thank you so much, Ian Rispetto. If you're still here, Danielle, hit that up as well.
Well, she responded in the chat.
Oh, she responded in the chat. Thank you so much, Danielle. Okay, here we go. Who's here for roll call right now? I might have missed some people, so let's scroll up a little bit. What's up to Fat Figga? We always like those figures for sure. What's up to Thomas? Robbie V, good question there as well. Henry Chung, thank you so much for being here. Rohit Sharma's here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ian Rispetto. Have a great night, my guy. Joe Werner's here. Danielle Shay, thank you so much. What a great guest that is. Rivian Millionaire. You know, either shorted the top or bought early, you can make millions on Rivian. You can do it on any stock, right? Hey, Mr. The Piper's here. Heidi, hi, I like that one. Toilet brush, a very good brush. Do not confuse it with a toothbrush.
Please don't. Please do not confuse it with a toothbrush. And don't do the other way around either.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
What's up, Alex S? What's up, Bristol? What's up, Mike Breeze? Yeah, Hockey Nation's in the building. That's for sure. Volky, Michael P, DJ Marshall, Blue Pill. Yeah, whatever pill you guys want. Astra, yo, Survey, Krishna's here. Michael P's here. Chandler's here. So one of my kids has golf. He has hockey right now from 4 to 5. Then he has chess from 6 to 7. And my daughter has... it's called a stride machine. So you actually go without your skates, and it's some kind of machine that works on your stride for skating.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. So I got to go home and pick her up. That starts at 6. So thank you to everybody for watching. Thanks to Derek. Great questions there today for Miss Danielle Shay. Thank you to our guest, Danielle Shay, as well. And thank you to everybody that's watching Traders Stay Late. And this has been your market recap show, which we'll do tomorrow on a Friday. And that's Ask Us Questions. What do they call those?
AMA Reddit,
AMA.
but not on Reddit. It's here.
Ask us pretty much anything tomorrow.
Yeah.
Adara and I live here on your market recap show. It's her favorite show. I think you just got excited for that.
I love being in the market recap.
Go Jays, go.
You and I, like tossing questions around back and forth is always fun. And shout out to the Jays.
Yeah. Hopefully they can get some wins going right here. All right. Thank you so much to everybody. We're back tomorrow at 8:30. So find us all over socials. Shawn, Adara, at Trader TV, Shawn and Adara. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.